shoulders are right on top of your hip bones, and your hip bones are directly facing the wall in front of you. And your chin, draw it back so it's not jutting out, but draw it back. And your ears, by drawing it back, your ears are right on top of your shoulders. The crown of your head is drawing up to the ceiling, and your shoulders are going down your back. So your shoulders are low. Maybe actually bring your shoulders up to your ears and round them down your back. So this is true north in a seated position. And we breathe in, we engage our abdominal muscles, and we do that by drawing our belly button up and back towards our spine, engaging the deeper muscles in our abdomen, kind of like we're zipping our favorite pants up, that engagement of our abdominal muscles. That engagement strengthens our core, and particularly when we move on to doing balancing poses, that engagement helps to stabilize really our whole body. Our spine has three components. It's got the cervical spine, which is up towards the neck. Our thoracic spine, which is the part of our spine which actually has the least ability to move. We can move it kind of sideways, but we can't move it around. And then our thoracic spine, which is, our lumbar spine, which is further down. And this spine really holds our body up, but it's connected, and those abdominal muscles really help our spine firmly engage. And a lot of those muscles are wrapping around from our abdominal area back to our spine to help keep us upright. So we breathe in, close your eyes. Breathe in and out. Just breathe naturally and notice your breath, how your body, perhaps your chest goes up and down with the breath, its rise and fall. Just naturally breathing. And now close your lips and start your Ujjayi breath, which is breathing in and out through your nose. And allow your breath to engage your belly. So it starts at your belly, it moves up into your lungs and your chest, and then out through your nose. And now bring some counting to this. So breathe in and out, and I like to try to do it evenly. So the even number of counts in and out. Maybe it's 4 or 5 or 6. It doesn't matter. Just start to count using your Ujjayi breathing. Pausing at the top and at the bottom. Two more rounds. Bring your hands to your heart center. Blink open your eyes. We'll start practice with the sound of 1 ohm. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Bring your hands to your knees. Set an intention for your practice today. I've been thinking a lot about strength and ease. And in our yoga practice, often we are trying to find the balance between strength and ease. Maybe yours is something different, but I'm going to be thinking about strength and ease. Let's wake up our neck by looking back. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, draw your chin to your chest, sitting up tall. Look up on the exhale. Look up on the inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, engaging your abdominals. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Now, left ear to left shoulder, keeping your shoulder down. Look up. Right ear, right shoulder. Maybe you'll notice one side is different. Look up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Look up. Right ear, right shoulder. Look up. One more time on each side. Left ear, left shoulder. Look up. Right ear, right shoulder. Look up. And now roll your head down. Left ear. Look back. Exhale as you come around. Inhale as you go back. Really slow, accentuated movement. Keep your shoulders down and go in the opposite direction. So reverse it. One more time around. Good. And come back to center. Draw your shoulders up to your ear. Roll them back down. Come around like you're a wheel with your shoulders, around and back down. Sink them low and come up and around and down. Come up, around, and down. Now reverse that. Whatever you were doing before, go in the opposite direction, rolling your shoulders like they're big wheels. It feels so good to do this. And down one more time, up, around, and down. Good. Sit up tall. Extend your hands out in front of you. Open and close your fingers 30 times quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good. Bring your hands back to your knee. Fingers facing each other on your thighs. Stretch away. Good. Fingers facing the front of the room. And really flex your fingers up so they're trying to get to the top of the ceiling. Now see if you can bring your fingers around as much as you can, facing your hips, and stretch away. This is like a big wrist stretch. Now face your fingers facing out and stretch. Great. Sit back up. Draw your right arm over to the left and stretch. Keep your torso facing front, but really stretch your elbow out, or your shoulder out, I'm sorry, and do that same thing on the other side. Switch, just drawing that shoulder over. Now place your hands back on your thigh. Right hand up in the air, look up at your thumb, hinge at the waist, and draw that arm overhead. A big side body stretch, keeping both sit bones on your chair. Breathe into this and out. One more breath in, and bring that hand back down on your knee. Stretch your left arm up, look up at your left thumb, and draw that arm overhead. Your tricep is touching your ear, and you're just hinging at the waist. Breathe in and out. Both sit bones are right down in your chair. Breathe one more time. In and out and lower down. Good. Now bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. So your left knee is still at 12 o'clock. Your toe is at 12 o'clock. Your knee's right over your ankle. Flex those toes on your right foot. So your toes are kind of flexing back towards your body, and press the knee away with your hands. So this is a hip opener, and you may feel it in your hip, and breathe into it. So if you've got a lot of sensation, just breathe into it. Find the strength and the ease. Two more breaths. Good. Now draw that knee, take your hands around your knee and draw that knee up into your chest. And hold it there, flexing your right toes. Now draw that knee with your hand, maybe your right hand, open. So open that knee to the right wall. And see if you can roll your hip. So I'm rolling that leg. You're rolling that hip out. And go in the opposite direction now. Keep rolling, sitting up tall, and breathing into it. And place that foot on the mat. Now bring your left ankle up, place it on top of your right knee, look down, your toes are at 12 o'clock, your knees over your ankle. Flex the toes on your left foot so that they're aiming back towards your knee, your left knee, and press away with your hands on your left knee. So you're gently opening your hip. Breathe into it and out. Sit up tall, shoulders down your back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Employing your Ujjayi breath. 2 more rounds. Good. And now with your hands, draw your knee, that knee into your chest. So here we are, flexing your toes on your left foot. And now draw that knee out to your left. Maybe this side feels a little different than your right. Flexing your toes, draw it out, try to open that up. And now we're going to roll that knee around. It can be in either direction because we'll make it in the opposite direction in a moment. Roll as big circles as you can. Roll and roll. And do it in the opposite direction now. If you're going the other way, just reverse it. Sort of the same thing that we were doing with our shoulders, we're now doing with our hips. Good. And place that foot back down on the ground. Excellent. I want you to extend your right leg long. So now my sole of my foot is pointing towards the wall in front of me. If you need to, hold the back of your leg. So if you need some extra support, you can grab, and we're going to roll our ankle. So roll it in clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter. Try to roll it as much as you can, going absolutely around. Mine is kind of making a funky circle, and now reverse it. And I'm getting my ankle's cracking. I don't know about yours, but mine is cracking. Yeah. And place it down on the mat. Do the same thing with the left leg. So extend that leg long. The sole of your foot is facing the wall in front of you, and roll. Roll that ankle. Oh yeah, it's cracking like crazy, and go in the opposite direction. It tells you that our ankles are probably needing this a little bit more than we're giving it. At least my ankles are. We really ask a lot of our feet. You know, they are really neglected. Good, and place that down. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. So this is our opportunity to move our hips back and forth. It's just another way of getting our hips opened up, but we're also getting our shoulders. We're rounding our shoulders and then opening our shoulders. So cow is where our belly is popping out, our shoulders are back, and our booty is popping out. And then cat is Michael Jacksoning our hips, rolling our shoulders, rounding our back, drawing our chin down. Now cow, look up, pop your chest through, look up, booty out, and round, and come into Halloween cat. Inhale, look up for cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Really swiveling your hips, waking up that those big hip joints. And one more, cat. And into cow. Good. Now stretch your arms out long, like in a T. So we're in warrior two arms, and I want you to make big circles. It can go in either direction because we're gonna go in the opposite direction. So here again, we're really stretching out our shoulder sockets, round and round. Now go smaller. Make little circles. Okay, reverse direction. Big circles in the big, make them as big as you can. Okay, and little. Now little. Good. Nice. Excellent. Great. Hands back on your knee. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. And we do that by breathing in and out. Good. We're going to do some seated salutations. So it's basically bringing our arms up. We dive down on an exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Your hands can be on your shin or your knees, but we really straighten our back. We dive down again. Exhale. We inhale to cactus arms. So we're drawing our shoulder blades together. We dive down again. And we come up using our abdominal muscles up to mountain, hands straight up, sparking up. Bring our hands to heart in prayer, where we exhale, we inhale, we dive down. Hands at mat, halfway lift, straight back, crown of the head forward, dive down again. Come up to cactus arms, shoulders are down our back, dive down, breathe out. Breathe into mountain. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer. Breathe in, exhale, dive down. Halfway lift, inhale, dive down, exhale. Cactus arms, inhale, dive down, exhale. Inhale, mountain, spark up, hands to heart prayer. Inhale, exhale, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, cactus your arms, down your back. Exhale, dive. Inhale, mountain. We're going to do this 3 more times quickly. Dive down, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, cactus your arms. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, mountain. Exhale to hands to heart in prayer. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Dive down, exhale. Inhale, cactus your arms. Dive down. Mountain pose, spark your fingers up. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer. Breathe in. And exhale to dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Dive down. Inhale to cactus arms. Dive down. Inhale to mountain. And hands to heart in prayer. Breathe in and out. And place your hands on your hips. Good. Extend your right arm long overhead and bring your left hand behind you. Maybe you can bring your left hand around your back and see if you can touch your right thigh with your left hand. And we're going to slowly twist to our left. So we're moving our belly so it's now facing the left-hand wall. Breathe in and out. For just a very easy twist. You can even bring your hand down, your raised hand, your right hand, and grab your left thigh. So my left hand is on my right thigh, and my right hand is on my left thigh or hip. And I'm just slowly, inhale, sitting up tall, exhale, twisting a bit deeper. Inhale, sit up tall, exhale, twist a bit deeper. And slowly come back around. Twisting is really good for your digestion. So if you find yourself having a little indigestion, try twisting. Extend your left arm long, look up at your left thumb, and now get your right hand around behind you and see if it can wrap around and touch the top of your left hip. See if you can make that movement and start twisting to the right now. And maybe you want to bring that right hand down and place it on your left hand down and place it on your right hip, if that allows the twist to go a little deeper. So on your inhale, extend and sit up tall. On your exhale, twist a bit deeper. And come back around to center. Now see if you can bring your right arm, extend it up overhead, and bring it down and place your hand between your shoulders. See if you can bring your left hand around behind you and see if your fingertips can meet. So your elbows are going in opposite directions, and maybe they can't meet, or maybe they can. But this is, again, a big stretch for our arms. Breathe in and out, and come out of it. Extend both your arms up and look up at your hands. Good, and bring your hands back to your knee. We're going to do that same action, moving our left hand up, looking up at our hand, our left arm's extended up, and now place that hand between your shoulders. One side's going to feel a lot different than the other side. And get your right hand. Now, my right hand, it's the back of my palm that is on my back, and my fingertips can't touch on this side. But we can try to wiggle into it a little bit, but it's a big stretch. Breathe in, sit up tall. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good, and come out of it. Do any kind of shaking that you need. Take a drink of water. Good. Let's do some standing poses. So bring your chair. I'm going to move my computer so maybe we can. So here we are. We've got our chair. Bring your left foot forward and your right foot back. Extend your right foot back far enough so that your heel can't touch the mat. But we're going to stretch. We're going to bend our left knee right over our ankle, and we're trying to get the heel on the mat, but it doesn't reach, for a big stretch of our calf muscle. Sit up tall, stand up tall. We'll tall from the waist to the shoulders. Crown of the head is really drawing to the ceiling, and we're stretching out that calf muscle. We're just trying to get it closer to the mat or the floor. Good. Now bring that foot forward. Place it alongside your left, and now extend your left toes behind you, sitting up tall, bending your right knee right over the ankle, and try to draw that heel, that left heel, towards the mat. Again, big calf stretch. You should really feel this in your calf. Breathe in and out. Good. And bring that foot forward. Move around or turn your chair around so that you can have your hands on the seat, or you can grab the edges of the seat. So here we are. Straighten your back so that when we were doing our salutation earlier, one of the positions was flat back. Here's a really good way of feeling that back flat. So your shoulder blades are in their socket, and the crown of your head is drawing to the front of the room, and your knees are slightly bent, but they're right over your ankles, and you're stretching your back so that it's absolutely straight. This, for me, relieves a lot of pressure on your lower back. Like typically, if you kind of give an kind of a arch to your back, that for me that gives a lot of pressure on my back. Whereas in this pose, it's like this amazing release of pressure. So here we are, flat back. Extend your right foot long behind you. Flex your toes down. This is supported half moon. Well, no, this is supported airplane, but now I want you to go into a half moon. Flex your toes to the side wall and see if you can stack your hips. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Now flex your toes down to the floor. Do that again. Flex your toes to the side of the room and stack your hips. Now flex your toes down, and now draw that knee into your chest. Extend it back behind you. Draw that knee into your chest. Exhale, extend that leg behind you straight. And now bring that foot to the mat. Good job. Going to do the same thing on the other side. So extend your left leg long behind you. You're stamping the wall behind you. Your toes are flexed to the floor, and you've got that straight back. So your shoulder sockets are really plugged in. Breathe here. Now turn your toes to the side of the room and stack your hips. This is half moon leg. Supported half moon. Now point your toes down. Now point your toes to the side. Point your toes down. Point your toes to the side. Point your toes down and draw your knee into your chest. Kick it back. Inhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, knee to chest. One more time. Inhale, long, and exhale into your chest. Good job. Take a seat for a second. Take a drink, take a seat. And breathe. Hands on your knees and just take a breath, maybe a cleansing breath. Breathe in. Open your mouth. Breathe. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Those beautiful cleansing breaths. Okay, now we're going to stand back up. We're going to do some balance. So get your chair in whatever position you need it to be in to give you the support that you need for balance. But I also want you to challenge yourself with balance. So balance, as we know, is nothing more than bringing your foot up off the floor. So let's find our true north. So this is super important in balance, that we have a really good basis for bringing one leg up off the floor. So lift all your toes and lower them down. Draw your arches up and back. Engage your shins. Come up. All the major joints are stacked on top of each other. Bring some bend into your knees so that you're not locked out, right? And engage your abdominal muscles. So like you're zipping up your favorite pair of pants, that engagement, good. Breathe in and out. Find a drishti point straight ahead that's not moving. So don't look at me because I'll be moving. Find a point, and drishti is that gaze. It's like you almost don't see the thing. It's just a gaze. And we employ our breath. And I want you to simply lift your left foot off the ground. If you fall out of balance, it doesn't matter. Just come back to it. Breathe. Your palms can be along your side or they can be facing front. Any hand variation is fine. Breathe and breathe. And lower your foot down. If you find that you need to use your chair for support, use it. But try to challenge yourself to remove your hand just for a second or two before you have got to grab it back. If you practice this enough, you'll find you can let go of that chair more and more. And balance is a really good thing to practice. So let's find that tall, strong stance again. Unlock your knees, shoulders over hips, drishti point, and simply lift the other foot. And lower down. Good job. Now, using your hand if you need to, extend your foot long out in front of you. Find that drishti point. Hands can be in any variation, doesn't matter. Bring some bend to your standing leg. Bend it a little deeper. And now bring it up. If you fall out, no worries. Do it again. Bend your knee, go dip down, and now come up. And one more time. Dip down and come up. Good. And switch. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Find your drishti point, strong stance, true north. Extend your left leg out in front of you. It doesn't have to be far off the mat, just a bit. And bend your right knee. And then come up to stand and bend your right knee and come up to stand and bend and stand. Good deal. So those little teeny movements, we're really using the muscles of our legs, and they're small, and you can just add that. So maybe you've gotten good at just bringing one foot up off the mat. Now try adding just a little bend and then up. And that little teeny movement is very meaningful. It's very good. So now I want you to hold on to your chair if you need to, and grab your left knee, and now open that left knee to the left. So here we are, we're holding on, and see if you can start to look over to the right. Now you can hold on here, you're getting a hip opening, and you're also getting a stretch. Unlock your standing leg. Breathe here and lower down. Good job. And while we're on this side, we're going to come into tree pose. So hold on to the chair. You can have kickstand where your toes are on the floor and your heel is around your ankle, a little above your ankle. You can put your foot on your shin, or you can bring your foot up into your thigh. Never put your foot on your knee though. Bring a little bend to your standing leg and challenge yourself. See if you can put your hands in heart prayer. And I got to practice what I preach. Find a drishti point. Hold on to the chair if you need it, but release. See how often you can release, and can you hold it for a second or two? And come down. Let's switch your chair around so that we'll do the other side now. So here we are, hand can be on chair. We're going to grab our right knee with our right hand, and we're going to open it up to the right. So this is a hip opener. And then if you can, extend your left arm long, or simply holding your chair, look over your left shoulder. So we're doing a little bit of a twist action, but also hip opener. And come back to center, foot down. And now we're going to do tree on this side. So however you did it on the other side, kickstand into your shin or up into your thigh. Do it on this side as well. Any hand variation and drishti. Good, and bring that foot to the mat and find your way to a comfortable seated position on your chair. I think balance is a amazing part of the practice, because what I find is that some days I'm good at balance and some days I'm not. And I think that's true for everyone. The other thing that I think that you may have experienced already in this practice today is that one side of your body is different than the other. So one side of your body has maybe greater flexibility than the other side. And it might be just your left hip has greater flexibility than your right hip, but your right shoulder has greater flexibility than your left shoulder. I mean, the point is, everything is not the same. Our body, one side just operates or feels different than the other side. So that also is just perfectly normal. We're going to do some deeper stretches to finish out our practice today. And it's really coming into the warrior stances on our chair. So we do this I'm going to shift my right knee forward. So my right knee is now facing the right side of my room. Look down, your knee is stacked over your ankles and your toes are at 12 o'clock. And then shift your left leg around so it's behind you. I'm on my left toes. So here we are. My pelvic floor is right on the chair seat. I'm looking over at the right side of the room. And I'm going to bring my hands behind me. If you can, I hope you can on your chair, clasping my hands and drawing them down my back, shoulders down my back, sitting up tall and breathing. Now bring your arms overhead. So you're sparking your fingers up to the ceiling. And here we are. We're in this seated warrior one pose. Breathing in and out. In and out. It's a very strong pose. Breathe in and out. And now shift your back foot, your left foot around so that my toes are now facing the front of the room, and come into warrior two arms. So your arms are now extended in opposite directions. Breathe. Roll your shoulders down the back. I'm trying to keep my right knee really open. Good. And come back slowly to a seated position, knees facing the front of the room. Come out of that pose. You may feel that in your left hip. I do. Breathe in and out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So now shift your left knee so it's facing the left side of the room. Come back, your right leg is now behind you. You're on your toes. I have the added advantage that right here, I have a mirror oddly placed so I can really see myself. Breathe in and out. Clasp your hands behind your back and draw them down your back. So you're sitting up tall, your shoulder blades are together, you're breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Now draw your arms slowly up overhead, wrapping your triceps around your ears. Breathe in. I draw my pinkies towards one another, kind of rotating my shoulders that way. Breathe in and out. In and out. Now open up for warrior two. So your hands are now on my toes. I'm now kind of on the side of my back foot. You can stay up on your toes if that works. Maybe that works better for you. But really what we're doing is stretching our arms in opposite directions. Breathing in, sitting up tall. In and out. In and out. Good. And come back to a comfortable seated position. Do any counter stretches that you need. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit, roll your neck out. Good work. We're going to end practice with a little mindfulness meditation. I'd like you to close your eyes, and I want you to listen and try to hear the most distant sound. Now try to hear the closest sound. With your eyes closed, draw your attention to your third eye. That's right, that space right between your eyebrows. And listen for the furthest sound. Gaze at your third eye. Bring to mind someone you wish well. Wish that person well. Wish the world well. There's so many wonderful things in the world. There's many troubled things in the world, but we're all members of the world. Wish the world well. Now wish yourself well. Sometimes it can be really our own worst enemies. We can be hard on ourselves. Accept who you are for all your wonder. Wish yourself well. Bring your hands to heart in prayer. I wish you well. We'll end practice with the way we began, with the sound of one Om. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. In. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow together and say, Namaste, Namaste.